Hot topics, knowledge being spread. It's like warm butter across the bread. Smooth, I know you like that. Flow with the grain and don't fight that. You want righteous love, you found the right match. With Marty McFly, they on the right track. Yeah, gotta dig the dirt to plant the seed. Spread roots till you sprout like a tree. Doni Jones, she the one you wanna see. Doni Jones live, this is where you wanna be. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live.
Welcome to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady, hanging out with
that guy, Marty McFly.
I thought he was gonna start a rap or something.
Not this time. Maybe next show I might do a little. No, I ain't gonna promise nothing.
But we were talking about how we respond to something, and that there's different ways of responding. But I wanted to bring this full circle and talk about it, as a way to bring value to our listeners. In life and in business, in our relationships, and I'm in my mind specifically thinking about business right now. I'll get hit with certain situations, right?
Right.
And a lot of times when it's dealing with a customer or dealing with something, one of my team members, for the record, I own Don's Tree Service here in Atlanta, so if you need your trees cut, give us a call.
Yeah.
But if I'm dealing with one of my team members and I get information that doesn't sit well with me, a lot of times my first reaction is, oh my gosh, Not all the time, because most of the time I try to bring, okay, I'm going to listen or whatever. But a lot of times I react a little bit too hot, And I've actually been told that by my team, like, we just feel like you're going to come at us if you're not perfect. And I'm like, listen, I don't want perfection, but I do want excellence,
Yeah.
And I'm blessed to have an amazing team of people. I am so blessed to have great people. But I realize that, I could work on how I hear stuff and how I react to stuff. And if I react a different way, then I'll get a different result or a different response from that person. Like sometimes if somebody makes a mistake, instead of going, hey, I noticed I caught this, and you didn't turn this in, or you didn't do maybe I could reach out and go, hey, I was going through the paperwork yesterday, and I noticed this. Is there a reason why? And a lot of times a person will be honest, like, oh, wow, I didn't notice that. Or, yeah, I put this over here because of that, because of this customer or that customer. But when I go in hot, their first instinct is to,
They tense up.
Yeah.
If anything, they want to get off. They don't want to talk.
Yeah.
And I've learned for myself, if I get information that I'm not crazy about and I need to handle it with somebody, I'll wait. I'll wait.
We're talking life strategies right now.
Because I have to calm down.
Yeah.
Rationalize it.
Yeah.
Think about them, or think about what could have been going through their mind.
Yeah.
But then call them and have a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Versus, because I'm a hothead certain times.
Yeah. Really?
Believe it or not, I'm a hothead.
Marty, you chill. You chill. You're a cool person. You're a cool dude.
But I do that because I have messed up relationships.
Yeah.
I've burned some bridges.
Yeah.
When I have called out of frustration.
Yeah.
Because now I'm not really hearing you. I want to vent.
Yeah.
Because I'm upset.
Yeah.
This was not done, and you said it was going to be done, and this needed to be done, and I don't understand why you're not concerned about it.
Right.
All of that don't really matter.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Let me calm down.
Yeah.
And at the same time, when I know somebody might be irritated, or it's a time that they normally don't call me, I don't answer. I wait.
Yeah.
Because something's going on that's emotional.
Yeah.
Let me wait. I'll call them in a second when they calm down.
Yeah.
And I've learned that, because like there's certain clients or certain actually
Is that
members
what you do to me? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Sometimes, but with certain people, like if I get a phone call at 7 a.m. in the morning from one of my parishioners, I may or may not answer it.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
I know this is bad news.
Yeah.
This is something that I'm going to have to deal with. And right now, I might not be in a place to deal with.
Yeah.
Let me call back and say, hey, I missed your phone call.
Yeah.
In a sense, trying to be in control of my own time, my own, because just because my phone rings does not mean I have to answer.
Right.
I've been trained.
That is so true. We've been trained to do things a certain way without even understanding why we've been trained to do things a certain way. But it's the same thing with emotions. We've been trained to react a certain way, not even understanding why. And we make a big deal out of something that may not even need to be a big deal. And my husband's been a really good teacher of that. When we first started dating, right? We went out for dinner, and it wasn't like an expensive dinner. I think we got burgers. In fact, I know we got burgers or something because I remember this example. So he likes mushrooms, and he asked for a mushroom burger. He gets the burger. It ain't got no mushrooms on it. And he goes to pick it up and eat it and doesn't say anything. And I was like, well, first he noticed, and he's like, oh, there's no mushrooms on it. But then he goes to eat it. And I was like, whoa, what do you mean? Why are you going to eat that? And he goes, because I'm hungry. I was like, yeah, but you asked for mushrooms, and they didn't put no mushrooms on your burger. You need to send that back. He's like, honey, I'm not going to send back my burger. He goes, they just probably forgot or something, or maybe they got busy back there. I was like, you paying your money. They ain't going to disrespect you like that. And he's like, honey, nobody's disrespecting me. You know, this is just a burger without the mushrooms. They just forgot the mushrooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I remember sitting back. He took the bite of his burger. It was just fine. He was just happy. I was like, wow. I was like, there's a different way to react to stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, same, that burger's the same burger.
Same burger.
But I'm looking at it in two different ways. He's looking at it like, hey, maybe they just forgot, no big deal. But I'm looking at it as disrespect.
Oh, y'all did that on purpose.
Exactly.
Disrespect. Y'all don't care about, I'm spending my $5 here. You know, but really, you know, and it's funny, I before I got married.
It's how we interpret stuff, you know?
It's how you hear things, you know, and really what's important to you. You know, it's funny you brought that up. I dated a lady right before I met my wife. And we went out to, I think, Waffle House. Yeah. And she was so disrespectful to the waitress. Like, he said, he needs some ketchup. And it was like, he just too ghetto. I can't. Because it's not that serious.
It's not that serious,
You know, and that's one of those things where, just like him, where he's like, it's not that
It's
serious.
not that serious,
Just be patient. I think you was telling me about, you know, sometimes how you can talk to a waitress. You know, or a person in business. How you talk to them.
It's how you talk to them.
I've had some clients that have been upset. Yeah. And it's like, if you're not upset and you're professional with them, you know what, I understand. Yeah. I apologize, you know. Let's see how we can make this better.
I'm currently working on that my own self, because I really thought in my mind, even when you got good people, if something doesn't go 100% right, and you think, oh, I'm gonna get on this and I'm gonna get on that, and I want to ask them about stuff, but I'm going to try to be nice about it. If you're still frustrated about it on the inside and you claim you're going to ask nicely about it, if you haven't shifted your energy, it's still going to come out frustrated.
Shiesty.
It's still...
It comes, that's where it comes out. It's shiesty.
So I'm having to
you ain't had time to do it today? Oh, you really? So what all was you doing today? Since you didn't have time. It was only 5 phone calls, and you couldn't make 5 phone calls. And I'm trying to be nice about this, you know.
But what happened was my team came to me and they were like, listen, Donnie, we love what we do and we love our job. But when you say things this way, this is how it makes me feel. And I'm going to be real with you. I was shocked. Because in my mind, I'm like, why would you feel that way? I'm nobody to be afraid of. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think that I came off that hard. And they were, the words they said was, you don't hear how you sound. Yeah. I was like, dang, that is so true. I don't hear how I'm sounding. So I'm speaking about this even on a personal level. It's like how you react to stuff, how you respond to stuff. And the reason why I also think it's a big deal is because mental health is becoming an epidemic right now in our country. Oh, yeah. Like people coming out of COVID, which some people say COVID is over. Some people say COVID ain't over. I don't care. Whatever it is, people are, whatever. We in it, over it, whatever. Right. People are still dealing with a lot of trauma. And so you go into a restaurant, or you go into the bank, or you go into a business, and you don't even realize you're dealing with somebody that's traumatized from whatever's been going on over the last 2 years, or just what's been going on with their life. And you come at them sideways. Oh, yeah. And you don't understand why they react. Oh, they're supposed to be a customer service person. Customer's always right. Da-da-da-da-da. And you wonder why you getting shoved, or why you're getting your order canceled, or why somebody won't talk to you. You know?
It's funny. I had to have a conversation with a member yesterday. Yeah. Who, because this is something that people deal with that they don't realize. Your back baggage affects your hearing.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, because, you know,
I'm going to repeat that real quick. I know you're going to get into it.
Go ahead.
What he just said, your baggage, your bad baggage, or baggage in general, your baggage affects your hearing.
Yes.
Preach.
Your back baggage affects your hearing. Two people, and I always get this at church, two people start talking to me at the same time. I said, time out, hold on. Two conversations. Yes, what do you need? You know, they said it, the other person said it, okay. After church, they're like, well, you just really had a nasty attitude towards me when you was like, and I said, wait a minute, I just said time out, hold on.
Yeah.
You know,
that's all you did, yeah.
Oh, but it's just, and I realized this has nothing to do with
nothing to do with you, yeah.
This is something about you, and a lot of times it's, well, when I was growing up, my mom and them never listened to me, you know, or when I was growing up, they always pushed me to the side, and, or you know, they always have an attitude towards me when I ask anything. I was like, wait a minute, that's something that's dealing with you.
Oh,
you
that's
know,
so good.
Not so much me, but I'm gonna be considerate and say, you know, think things through about that.
That's
know,
right.
Because sometimes I ask them, what would have been a better way for me to say, wait. You know, when you bring it down to a smaller thing.
Because even with our own, we're telling people that people have to react, you know, learn to react differently. We have to learn to listen differently.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because our baggage, like you said, it affects how we hear stuff.
Right.
How we respond to stuff. And it's like, all of this, I'm fascinated with this right now. I'm on a kick where I'm really fascinated about how human beings interact with each other. And a lot of it goes back to what baggage are we bringing to that relationship?
Right.
What are we bringing to our job? And if we can, like you said, take a step back, take a minute, take a deep breath before we react.
Right.
We can even take a deep breath while we're listening.
Are we listening? And you know, it's crazy. And I'm always cautious of saying this in certain arenas, but here it'll be fine because y'all will get it. Dogs, when you're raising them, you have to socialize.
Okay.
Take them around other dogs.
Yeah.
So they can learn how to react with them. They understand with this action of this dog, if it smells here, it's not aggressive.
Yeah.
Dogs that are not socialized with other ones are more aggressive. As soon as you take them out, they want to fight other things. They want to attack everything.
Oh my God, this is so good.
With us as humans and individuals, a lot of times when we're being brought up, we're not socialized.
Oh, that's so good.
We're not taking out and having conversations with other people to realize, oh, there's different conversations and everybody's conversation isn't attacking me.
That's right.
You know, everything isn't about, oh, it's against me. It's, oh, I need to be able to hear and listen to people in different ways. Yeah. Because different people say things differently that is not trying to attack me. Yeah. You know, it's this is the way they're communicating. That's right. I need to be socialized a lot more.
Come on, that's right.
You know, so I can hear these things in a new way. Yeah. But anyway, if you got a thought about this.
Oh, yes.
Please hit us up.
We would love to hear how you feel about this.
Yes.
And also, if this content is bringing value to you, our number is 1-888-349-DONI. That's 1-888-349-DONI or 3664. 1-888-349-3664. Leave us a comment. And then also go on YouTube and like, share, and subscribe at Doni Jones Live. That's DONI Jones Live. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
When it falls, there's only one tree company to call. That's Don's Tree Service. Call them at 770-413-TREE. That's 770-413-8733.
I looked out the window after the storm and found out that there was a tree that had fallen, so I needed somebody quickly. Made one phone call. The appointment was made. They got the tree down. They do full service cleanup so that it looked like nothing had been done at all. Don's Tree Service did an awesome job for me, and I would recommend them highly.
Hey guys, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE. Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. I am so excited because I'm sitting here with Marty McFly. He just said something on the break that I was like, it just blew my mind. You just said something. We were talking about this conversation that we're having and how we want to bring content that brings value to people. Right. And a lot of times we'll joke about current events or we'll talk about the crazy stuff that happens in the news and then we'll go to the next thing. Or we try to have a certain format. But there's other times when we hit a subject and we just kind of want to massage it for a little bit. And so what he said was like, you know what? We have to make our own path. Meaning we don't, and I think people need to do this in their own lives too. Your path is not going to look like everybody else's path. Our show is not going to look like everybody else's show. It's not going to it's not going to have the same exact format. Because that's not even who we are. Right. We wear so many hats. I have my tree service. You know, we have the show. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. You know what I mean? And I have to navigate these areas. You're partnering with that. I mean, you're a past production, everything.
Husband. You know, so many different hats that we wear. That we have to kind of put in different categories too. Because, like you said, you know, we wear so many different things, and I sometimes I forget. And I'm glad she's not listening right now. But it's something that I have to think about because I do so much with ministry. I do so much with production that I do with counseling and stuff like that. I do this show. Then it's like, I have a wife. Yeah. I need to spend this time with my wife too.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
I need to do this. And all of this makes you balanced if you can balance it.
Yeah.
You know, but even in your career, even in my church. Yeah. Yes, you have said, you know, I would like to be like an Oprah one day, you know. And I said I'd like to be a T.D. Jakes one day. But actually, the reality is, I want to be the best that I can be.
Yeah, I want to be the best Doni, the best me that I can be.
Because, you know, even with my ministry, I realized, okay, I'm not going to be that person. Right. You know, and it's okay.
It's okay.
I don't need to be that person. You know, because, you know, I see, you know, it's funny when Tupac died. Yeah. Soon as he died, they came up with a whole bunch of different rappers that wanted to sound and be
I
like
remember that
Tupac,
phase. I remember that phase. Yeah.
Or Biggie. You know,
I was gonna say the same thing happened with Biggie.
Right. They wanted to be the next Biggie sounding and everything.
And they even had them big. They even had Biggie big rappers.
And
you know,
none of them succeeded because you're trying to be somebody else. Yeah. You know. Cut your own path. Cut your own path.
And even in business, because for us, we do embrace technology. With our company, Don's Tree Service, I own a tree service here in Atlanta. If you need a tree cut down, call 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-8733.
And if you need just a twig cut down,
that's right.
Call her too. Y'all need mulch.
Mulch. Right. I love him so much. Thank you. But even with our tree service, more and more companies are embracing technology, and I love that. And so we even embrace technology. Sometimes people will send in a picture of a tree or something, and we can assess it from there, but sometimes we can't. Right. And other times we really want to go out and see the job site. And I told my team, I literally told one of my team members today, we want to embrace people. So we want to utilize technology to make our company better, but we don't ever want to lose that human connection. Right. You know? Yeah. And that is something special about our company, is that we are really sensitive to the little old lady. We're sensitive to the millennial that just bought their first home. We're sensitive to the single parent mom who's, you know, is really busy and can't be there, but she still wants to get her estimate done. Well, guess what? We can still do that. We can work around people's schedule, but we made a concerted effort to try to cater to those personalities, as opposed to saying, oh, no, only this person's our customer. And if you look in our company, we have a multitude of different personalities that are within our organization, you know? And I realized that, well, that's society. If I only cater to one type, I'm gonna limit my reach, you know? Yeah. And so, of course, I want we have a core group of customers that are that's our core. You know, there's a certain community.
The way you describe it, you have your target market.
We have our target market.
but you're not turning away, other people.
Right.
I'm saying is like for me, the church, we have a target market in a sense, but anybody is welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody is welcome. And like you said a good key point, and this is for the entrepreneurs, this is for ministries, this is for anybody that's doing business. That personal touch means a whole lot. Don't take that for granted.
Yeah.
Don't think of it like this is just a system.
Right.
All right, somebody call in, we send somebody out there, cut the tree. You don't call them, you don't talk to them, you don't. Sometimes it's just, Miss Smith, how are you doing today?
Yeah, exactly.
How was your kid?
Exactly,
Did Roger ever graduate? Those little things like that mean so much.
That's
because they feel like, and it's not just like blowing smoke, but actually caring.
Yeah, absolutely.
They feel more connected to you.
And I even see that in your ministry. You've told me stories about how you, and I don't know if you want to share this or not. Well, I don't think we have time to. But there's been incidents in your church where you've been approached for something that's super duper personal, where you had to stop what you were doing to handle a situation that was very traumatic. Whereas a lot of mega pastors or foo-foo pastors or whatever they are, wouldn't have even taken the time to do that. They would have sent a staff member to do that. Yeah. But you haven't lost touch of the personal touch.
Excuse me.
Or that one might be too
That
intense.
one is, I might touch on it a little bit if we have the time. But I'll say like this. Sometimes you react. Yeah. Okay? You react in a situation. And I guess this is our last segment anyway.
Yeah.
And this is about, spirituality, but really, I would say really being a full-fledged, I guess, person to help. Yeah. And I'll say like that. The other week, and this is about anybody with ministry or anybody seeing the need of serving and helping someone. The other week we tape our services. Now we are in person, but the other week we were taping our service. And a young man came into the church. And usually I take everybody for granted. I ain't gonna say everybody, but somebody just comes in off the street.
Saying help me or whatever.
At 9:30 at night saying, okay, the phrase is always the same usually. I'm from out of town, I ain't got no money, and I need some help right now. The next thing is like if y'all can just give me $50 or $10 or something like that. So he started with this spiel, and I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, And he's like, no, my friend has just been shot. Yeah. I need somebody to help me. He's right outside. He's on the next driveway. Can y'all call 911? Well, I asked him, did you call 911? He's like, we were robbed. They stole my wallet. They stole my phone. I'm from out of town. I don't even know where I'm at. Can y'all help me? Yeah. Without thinking, I ran out. Yeah. Me and some other people, we ran out. And I'm thinking this is going to be a situation where you see somebody maybe shot in the leg or something like that. But walking out there, I see this young 20-something-year-old man laying on the ground with a wound to his head. Mm. And it's one of those things where you think you could do so much, but in a sense, all you can do is sit there and pray. Yeah. And holding this young man's hand while he's transitioning, because I can look and see,
you say that, he ain't gonna make it,
I can't.
There's nothing you can do.
It ain't nothing I can do, and they're on the phone with 911. They're saying, apply pressure to the wound, and I'm like, no, I can't do that either. Yeah. This is just
there's nothing there.
There's nothing there to put pressure on. Yeah. But it in that moment of time, this is what ministry. This is what helping the need. In the Bible, they talk about the Good Samaritan, because I don't know this person, but I'm sitting here and I feel the emotion of his friend that's going through it. And we're there, and this is right before Easter, and this whole Easter kind of means something different to me now, because seeing someone pass in front of you. Yeah. it makes what I do a little bit more real.
Yeah.
You know, because regardless of what people think, preaching is the least stressful thing of my week. Mm-hmm. You know, going up and doing a 10-minute or 20-minute sermon. You do that every week.
You're gifted to do that.
Yeah. But the real ministry is dealing with people in the hospital that's dying, transition, people's parents that are transitioning, people that are losing their son.
Yeah.
You know, dealing with people in the hospital that don't know if they're going to get out.
Yeah.
These are those real personal things that make your ministry, you know, either flourish or not.
And I even got to say, I feel the same way about business.
Mm-hmm.
I think a real compassion needs to come back to business.
Oh, yeah.
Letting your people be heard. Kind of like this week when I was told by my own people, you know, sometimes we don't feel like you hear us.
Yeah.
You know, and being willing to listen. Reaching out to a customer who is going through a situation where she has lost her husband. And she's never had to deal with this. Literally just happened. She's never had to deal with the finances before. And she's struggling just to make the phone call to set up to get the work done because she's never had to do that before. Yeah. And standing there while she breaks down in tears, talking about she just feels lost. That's a human thing. And I think somewhere along the line, we're going to have to get back to that as a society.
Right.
You do it in your ministry. I'm really focusing on doing it in my business. And I guess at this moment, I want to encourage people out there, find a way to interject that human touch in whatever it is you do.
Yeah.
Find a way to connect with another human being. I'm not saying get yourself in a situation where people walk over you.
Oh, no.
But I'm talking about just if you know there's a phone call you were supposed to make that phone call.
You know, with this guy that cuts my grass, I don't know.
Yeah.
This will be quick because we got only a minute. A guy that cuts my grass, he's been doing it for 2 or 3 years now. And the reason why I stay with him, you know, he's not in a big company or anything, but me and him would have conversations. And he would tell me about, well, my daughter has diabetes type 1, and I want to talk to you about it because, you know, and we dialogue and we talk. Now it's like my wife would be like, well, you know, they trim the hedges and do everything else. I'm like, but nah, John has been here. Yeah. You know, he's a good person. Yeah. And I have a relationship with him.
Building relationships.
Right. It's a relationship. Yeah. So anyway, with that being said, if you got your own company, your own church, your own ministry, remember, building relationships. Is really, really important. Before we go, what's the book?
From Failure to Fabulous, obviously, but there's a book that I want people to really get into called Habits. And the last name is a gentleman, his name is Holloway. I don't want to say his name. Atomic Habits. That's the name of the book.
You sent me that one
it's called Atomic Habits, Atomic. That's a book we want you guys to really get into. It's not by me, but it's a book that I think will actually be very enlightening for people that are trying to grow, trying to progress, and also trying to look at why they do certain things. But anyway, you're listening to Doni Jones Live. I'm Doni the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Marty McFly. See y'all next week. Or check me out on stmarklutheranchurch.org.
Yes, and check out my company, Don's Tree Service, at donstree.com. DONSTREE.com. Be blessed.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
When it falls, there's only one tree company to call. That's Don's Tree Service. Call them at 770-413-TREE. That's 770-413-8733.
I looked out the window after the storm and found out that there was a tree that had fallen. So I needed somebody quickly. Made one phone call. The appointment was made. They got the tree down. They do full service cleanup so that it looked like nothing had been done at all. Don's Tree Service did an awesome job for me, and I would recommend them highly.
Hey guys, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413.
I am that guy, Marty McFly. Well, sometimes people actually call me Pastor Marty. Yes, I am Pastor Marty Ringer, pastor of St. Mark Lutheran Church over in beautiful East Point, Georgia. And you know what? We are worshiping in person. Yep, we're back in person, and I would love to worship with you. Join us this Sunday starting at 11 a.m., okay? 11 a.m. this Sunday. We're located at 4137 Washington Road. Now, if you're not in the Atlanta area or the East Point area, you can always watch any of our services at stmarklutheranchurch.org. That's stmarklutheranchurch.org. And yeah, you actually see me in my robe doing my ministerial thing. And I would love for you to check us out and worship with us. That's stmarklutheranchurch.org, or visit us in person at 4137 Washington Road in East Point, Georgia.
Hi, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of my book, From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my story about taking my life from being an abject failure to building a fabulous life that I absolutely love. And I'm hoping that you'll take the time to check out my book, From Failure to Fabulous.
Get your copy of this inspiring book by Doni Jones entitled From Failure to Fabulous. Available now on Amazon and DoniJonesLive.com.